What's up, everybody? Tanner here, episode 90 of the All You Can Hear podcast. And with me, well, not as per usual, but with me, I have three co-hosts this week, and they are as follows.
Cole.
It's Perforated Pat.
Oh, it's Cody.
Yeah, so you might have saw on Twitter we kicked Wenzel off the... No, not really.
Wenzel's dead.
Wenzel joined our baby boy Jonathan. God rest their souls.
No.
Will Wenzel be back? Who knows?
Okay.
He'll be back next week, actually.
No, he won't next week.
Well, yeah.
Oh my God, he will be back.
This is 90. The 91 will come out.
And then he'll be gone.
And then he may be missing again, but he should be back in February.
I don't get how that works.
Well, you know, the AYCH time conundrum is a hell of a thing. This week, though, we're kind of doing... We did one at the end of last summer, which was acted as our like summer 2018 wrap up. We talked about the things we did in the summer, the things that were coming up, and this is sort of more like a direct. Cody called it a state of the podcast, as
like
you
State
will.
of the Union, State of the Podcast. We're gonna call it the State of the Podcast.
Yeah, State of the Podcast, where we're just gonna talk about like things we have coming up this year. Maybe not get into specifics too much because honestly, we may not know specifics of some stuff yet, but kind of like delve into things we want to do this year, how we want to make the podcast different this year, and things of that nature.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's
All
the
right.
podcast. So I think the biggest change. Well, I don't want to say a change.
Nothing much is changing.
Yeah, nothing's really. No, this is all good stuff. It's not like we're like, well, we're going to a bi-weekly format. No, it's none of that. It's still going to be a weekly podcast.
Still no sponsors.
Still no sponsor.
still not making much. Not making any money.
Yeah, making no money. Well, what should we? Do we want to say something about like the website maybe?
I mean, not really.
No, we don't. Okay, there's going to be a website. It's going to come out this year. That's about as far as we're willing.
As far as we know.
Yeah.
We're hopefully going to have a little theme song also created. Yeah. Don't know when that's going to come out yet. Still working on that.
We're going to have all kinds of widgets on the website. Just watch out.
Yeah, the website, it's literally going to look like a MySpace page.
Oh, yes.
A part of me really wants to do something like that.
Do you remember,
a personal website or something.
Do you remember the day MySpace decided that you couldn't have custom playlist on your profile anymore?
That's fucked up.
I don't remember that.
You
because I was already off.
Oh, I wasn't. I jumped off the MySpace. I say late. Let's see. I made my Facebook when I was 13, so I probably got off of MySpace when I was 13. So that would have been 2008. I miss it. I think we should bring that back. I think the All You Can Hear website should just be MySpace.
I agree.
Maybe we should just call it MySpace.
Okay.
All You Can Space.
All You Can Space. No, I don't really know what to expect from a website. I do definitely know there's going to be a spot for you to be able to listen to our episodes, have them archived, that sort of thing. Definitely going to be a spot, just to maybe a little bit of, about us spot, and, don't really know what else we're going to go with, but we're definitely going to have some idea there of what we want to do. We're having a meeting about that sometime in the near future, maybe next weekend.
I think it's 2 weeks or 3 weeks.
Yeah.
It's not next weekend as we're recording this.
We definitely are going to have a website meeting soon, and so if you have any suggestions of what we need on our website,
hit
us up. What do you like about podcast websites? What do you like about websites in general? Because we're really new to this.
Yeah, we're only 90 episodes in, so excuse the audio hiccup.
No.
But no, definitely, like, we would love for this to be like a back and forth. Tell us things you want to see on the website, maybe things we haven't even thought of, or things of that nature. Like, the cool thing about having your own website is we'll have a lot more, I don't want to say freedom, because we already fucking have that, but more, I guess, space. So if there was like something we really wanted to experiment with,
it'd be like give us an area which we could play with, and do what we wanted with. Because
like if we wanted to try, like, I know we've kind of tossed this idea around before, but like of another show, we wouldn't have to go through the trouble of like buying hosting through SoundCloud or
you
Libsyn
might see some more experimental things happen on the website versus here. We may be able to do more different kinds of live streams on our own website. We may be able to do a live stream directly to the website. We may be able to we have a lot of ideas that we might want to go and try out, but for right now, it's just about getting that damn website out.
Right now it's just it's not like we haven't just been working on the website. It's just like we've been trying to decide what we want it to be. Besides,
also we just haven't we've been busy.
Well, yeah, we've been busy too. Like this is nobody's full or even part-time job here. But we just kind of want it. Like, what do we want the website to be besides another place you can listen to the show? And that's kind of where we've been at. That's been our big thing. That would probably be our big thing for I would say, probably out the first half of the year.
Website?
Conservatively guessing, it's January.
It should be
out by the first half.
By December.
By December. It will definitely be out by the time you're listening to the 2019 AYCH Awards.
The hope is to have some semblance of something out by at least December.
We'll see.
We're giving ourselves plenty of room here because we don't know what happens.
Yeah, we don't know schedules. Like a lot of people.
I like how we're so iffy on this. Really, the main reason, full transparency, is the cost versus the effectiveness versus actually getting it done. We don't necessarily have someone to make a website, nor do we have the finances to get somebody to make a website for us. So one of the other options that we have is something like Squarespace or something like that, but that also costs a good bit of money.
Yeah.
A good bit of money more than if we just created the website ourselves. So they're, taking on the task of learning how to create a website, knowing what we want to do and things like that, and kind of working from there. But we're working on it.
Yeah.
And it's going to take some time.
Yes.
But we're going to get it.
Yeah, it's going to get there, guys. So just hang tight.
Just slow down. Just stop asking for it.
Oh, my God. Okay.
I'm feeling real pressured right now.
He punched me.
What the fuck? That was hard.
I just punched him.
What the fuck?
I don't know what's happening.
That was meaty.
I was hoping to pick up with the mic.
It probably did.
I kind of hope it didn't, but at the same time, what the fuck? I would say that's our big non-audio thing we're working on this year. What is the website? Like, the goal is to have a website, to have a space for all you can hear content that your heart could possibly desire. Right. So that would be the hope. That's the big thing. It will be out at some point in some form this year.
So I guess can we talk about our numbers?
Sure.
Is that okay to do here?
I mean, why not?
Yeah, I mean, this is the state of the podcast. What we're happy about, what we're excited about. We did see a huge increase in the amount of listeners from last year at this time to this year this time.
Yeah, so which we started, if you don't know the history of the podcast, our first episode went up on May 1st, 2017. And from May 1st to December 31st, 2017, we did a little over 1,600 listens, which is pretty good for, a podcast just starting out, B, a podcast about everything, so we really don't hit any like super niche audiences and stuff like that. But last year, 2018, from May 1st to December 31st, we did about 3,500, and all together in 2018, it was about 4,600, if I'm not mistaken, about 4,600 listens last year. So we essentially tripled our numbers, which was awesome. We had growth May 2017 versus May 2018. Every month that we had a comparison point, we did better numbers than the previous year, which was great. Especially that the last third of the year, like, everybody loved all the Halloween content. They loved all the stuff we did in November. The standalone numbers for the podcast are public on our SoundCloud page, so you can just see that. Any given week. So like our 2018 award show has already almost has the numbers of our 2017 award show, which has been out for a whole year, whereas our 2018 award show has been out for 2.5 weeks. So that's really cool. And I say 2.5 weeks. That was episode 88. No, I take that back. It's been out for 2 weeks as of this recording. 13 days actually.
Fuck.
So that's awesome. We really couldn't have asked for any other better support listener-wise last year. Like, I mean, obviously, with every podcast, like, it'd be cool to see it grow. But, I mean, we saw almost a 300% increase last year, which was phenomenal. We hit all of our follower goals on Instagram, on Twitch, on Twitter. We hit our SoundCloud listener goal. We thought it'd be cool to have 5,000 total listens by the end of 2018. We had over 6. So
that was really cool.
Yeah, that was cool.
I honestly did not expect to meet it, which I'm very much keep expectations low.
Yeah, like we all try to keep expectations within reality because, again, this is nobody's job. So it's not like
because it is not like a specific episode not everyone's going to watch every
Yeah,
episode.
not everybody listens to every
listen to
episode. Like, some people may listen to this that won't listen to another episode till we do our March Madness thing again, which we'll get to in a second. Or may not listen, we have some people that only listen to our anime reviews. Everybody loves the anime
and those are still going to come out.
Yeah,
those are non-canon file.
Yeah, we did it with the fall one. It actually made no difference in the numbers. Actually, the fall one did better numbers than the other three, and it was a non-canon file. The anime reviews now, each season's anime review will be a non-canon file, which is just more content for you guys.
Yep. A lot more non-canon files coming at you.
Yeah,
too.
A lot of non-canon files coming at you this year as well. Probably, so right now, this episode of the podcast will be the 101st audio file that we have, but it's episode 90 canonical. We have 11 non-canons. I would expect our non-canons to at least double from 11 to 22 by the end of this year, and then obviously 52 canonical episodes, and which we haven't really, we kind of have. We're doing Best of the Decade at the end of the year. It will actually bleed into 2020. It will start in 2019, bleed into 2020. Those will just be standalone Best of the Decade episodes. So
we'll have Best of the Decade and Best of 2019.
Yeah, so the way that rollout will work is it will be just like this year. The last Friday of December will be the 2019 Banter Awards. The last Monday of December which will be the 30th, will be the 2019 AYCH Awards. Then the 31st, we'll start our Best of the Decade stuff, which will be the same format as our All You Can Hear Awards, except each category will have its own specific episode. So,
and if you have any suggestions for stuff like that, please let us know. We did it for the past 2 years now, the best of, and we really enjoyed it. It's just if there's something changes you think that maybe made,
even if you have a category idea,
ideas, a different format, how any sort of suggestions for that, definitely let us know, because we're going to be doing so much of it for the best of 2019, the best of decade, that I think that having listener input to make it easier, because it is difficult to listen to us bill out fucking 300 songs plus.
Yeah. And the spreadsheet for best song of the decade right now, which we should mention, as opposed to the top three categories will be top 10s for best of the decade, and song of the year or song of the decade, as opposed to being a top 10, will be a top 25. We have almost 500 songs nominated right now for best of the decade.
I thought we had more.
It may be over. I haven't checked the sheet in a couple of weeks. It may be over 500 at this point, but last time I checked, it was closing in on a 500, and there's still a lot of stuff. There's still some key points missing. So if you have suggestions, definitely add us at AYCH Podcast, or add any of us individually. We'll listen to stuff. We'll watch the movies. Our movie spreadsheet, or the movie sheets, I think's over. Everything has over 50 nominees, I think, besides anime, which is in the mid 30s. Probably
somewhere in there.
I'd say anime's in the mid 30s, but song or movie and game are definitely above 50 at this point. I think they're both actually above 60, and then song is, we'll say 500. Conservative guess.
That's fair.
So we have all that coming at you this year. We're doing, I guess I can say it here, we're doing a Star Wars countdown sort of deal. Well, it would be a non-canon file starting in February? Yeah. In February.
And the idea with that is we will go through the theatrical release of each Star Wars film. That's all the present saga films, and including the 2 spin-off films.
Yes. And
this will basically be our retrospective, our sort of our appreciation of the Star Wars series, and this would be the build up to Episode 9, the finale. Star Wars as we know it right now, before it begins its new sort of iteration with the next
trilogy
series films.
Yeah, next trilogy and the show coming to the Disney streaming service. So that will be really fun. We have I would say a fair few new guests lined up already. Obviously at this time at the beginning of the year it's kind of hard to line that up, but we have a lot of new guests coming on the show. We have some returning guests,
people that are local.
Yeah, local people. All that's kind of the cool thing about this podcast is I never really, I don't know, I guess I never thought about I don't want to say power, but sort of the power of word of mouth. Tuscaloosa is our number one spot, but we don't listen to I say that I don't listen to the podcast every week. It's not like I see, episode 89 just dropped. I'm going to listen to it because I just recorded it.
Yeah, because it's a podcast. I don't think anybody does that to their own podcast.
I'm like, oh, hell yeah. I bet this one's fucking funny.
It is funny.
Yeah, no, it's hilarious. But like, we have a lot of friends and even some people in Tuscaloosa, like, we don't even know that listen to the podcast.
Like, hey, you're the podcast guy.
Yeah, like Cody and I have been out before, and like they were like, "Oh, y'all do the podcast," and I'm like, "Oh, that's weird."
No, yep, that's us.
Yeah, so like that's really cool to see, and I think a lot of that has to do with especially with our friendship with the people at the comic strip, helping us out, able to have some cards there to let people know, and obviously Justin and Liz both have been fantastic.
Yep.
Have let us record there multiple times at this point,
and joined in, and
yeah, Justin has hopped in, planning to get Liz on the podcast soon. And so that's always really cool. In fact, Justin actually has an episode idea for the podcast. I don't want to give away because that's his baby.
Oh, that's a fantastic episode.
It's going to be a really, really fun episode when we get to do that, hopefully first little bit of 2019. So right now, the reason we're being sort of vague with dates is because we really don't know what's coming when.
We haven't had our meeting where we planned that.
Yeah, we haven't had.
We haven't yet. No.
Yeah, we haven't had like the actual meeting where we're like, all right, episode this is going to be this, it's going to drop on this date. Like, really, I would the 2 episodes we definitely know we're doing, they will be in March, just like last year, or our March Madness episodes. And if you know, last year we did best songs of the 2000s. We had the Google Sheet, tons of people nominated songs. I had a committee narrow it down to the 64 songs that had the highest amount of votes. Had 1 through 64 seed on a bracket, and then we on the podcast went through and fucked it all up for everyone.
Hell yeah.
But this year we're doing that, and I'm going to announce that we're doing that with anime openings this year.
Ooh, yeah.
Where people will be able to submit. There's going to be 64 again on a bracket that we will go through on the podcast. But this year we're going to have like a really nice, a bracket where you can also fill out and tell us what's your favorite anime opening of all time. And obviously, the Google form probably go up in about a month, I'll say, from the time this comes out. Maybe 3 weeks. Give people plenty of time to listen and nominate stuff. But yeah, it will get narrowed down again to the top 64 anime openings from what's been nominated onto a bracket, and then we will do our bracket selection show, where we're like, here's the songs that made the bracket, and then we will do the next week, which I think the ways those fall on the calendars will actually be episodes 98 and 99, and then we will do an episode where we go through the bracket and do like a consensus, and we argue about the anime openings, and then we as AYCH as an entity come up with the top anime opening of all time.
Just one comment. I feel like we need to say this. We can't have Bleach being the winner for every single
whoa, we gotta see.
Yeah,
we gotta see how it goes.
I don't want to talk about it.
We gotta see how it goes.
Oh,
we gotta see how it
God.
goes. And speaking of episodes 98 and 99, as you know, we hit the big 100 this year, which is really fucking cool. We actually hit it, and I mean, this is episode 90, so 10 weeks. I want to be honest with you. We don't know what we're doing for episode 100 yet.
Oh my God, we don't, do we?
Oh shit.
We
We're
don't.
close. That's like what, 10 episodes away?
Yeah, 10 episodes away, so about 2.5 months. But I can say that episode 100 will be a fun episode regardless, just like every week, 1 through 90, baby. But we'll definitely get some stuff together for episode 100, just because I mean I think that's a big milestone. I mean, hitting triple digits is hell. I thought it was a big deal when we hit double digits, and now we're gonna hit 10 for the 10th time. We're gonna
that won't be our only milestone. We'll have our 2-year anniversary.
Yeah, and then
Shortly
and then we
after,
turn
too.
around. I think like 3 or 4 weeks later, it will be the 2-year anniversary of AYCH, which I would argue and say we probably have a little bit more planned for that than episode 100. It kind of sucks when you celebrate every milestone. We're just like, oh, we have to, because episode 100 is huge, but also being around for 2 years, I think is equally as huge.
I think it's a good. I think for episode 100 we have a blowout, but let's sit at home for. Let's
just quit after 100. Let's just delete all our social media and not say anything. Like a real Sopranos ending there.
We could just kill Wenzel.
Yeah, we could kill. What? Well, I think Wenzel did have a bit on the first episode where he was like, "Oh, and I'm going to leave till episode 100." Obviously, well, I mean, he's gone now, but he's been here. Wenzel's been here a little bit.
How about when we recorded 100 episode, he just does his whole part and then we just edit him out?
Oh, that would be another good bit.
That would be.
What if that's what we're doing right now? What if Wenzel's here? We're just going to edit him out.
What do you think? Oh, wait. I don't know.
Who knows?
Oh, God, we should call him.
He's probably just like in the car right
He
now.
probably answered pissed off. He's like, what the fuck do you want?
Shut up. Wenzel's real pissy.
I'm eating my sweet potato chips in the car.
Yeah,
fuck your stupid sweet potato chips, dude.
we're going to have to make sure Wenzel listens to this. But so that's sort of the deal we have, and we'll do another one of these probably the midway point of the year where we have a much more clear like this is how we're ending the year this year.
This is basically. I mean, if you haven't guessed, we're just rambling on about the first half of the year. And we still have to spread things out because we don't want to like clump things together, and we want every episode to be good, high quality content. And in order to do that, we have to make sure that what we have ready is perfectly okay. Yeah. I did want to say that I had been working on the RPG that we were talking about doing, the tabletop RPG.
Yeah.
So I ran into a lot of problems with building the actual game system that I thought would work, and it's just not coming together as cohesively as I thought. Mm-hmm. So part of me was thinking, okay, well, how can we remedy that? How can we not remedy that particular portion? Because I'm still working on that in a way. I still have to think about how to go around and fix the systems that I have in place and things like that. But how can we go about getting that itch of playing games and stuff? So I definitely wanted to start this year. 2019, let's make it the year of the games. Let's make it a year of the games for this podcast. So I think we're going to try some board games out where we kind of narrate the board game as we go along. Maybe start out with something simple like, I say simple, Monopoly or the Game of Life, something along those lines. Probably Monopoly might be a little bit easier. Something where the visuals don't matter as much and more the gameplay does. Yeah. And kind of go from there. But yeah,
we could also do the thing where we meet people on the street and like strong armed into playing like Candyland or something.
Oh yeah, just fuck them and just beat them.
Yeah, kidnap people, make them play Candyland.
I mean, that's what happened to me in middle school. So
what?
We'll talk about it later.
Okay, I really don't know where that was going.
I don't know if he's being serious or
not.
I
don't know either. I'm kind of scared.
Oh, fuck.
Mute the mics real quick.
Yeah, cut it off.
What happened?
Oh, okay.
I muted. That's why I was talking.
I didn't know if you were still going with it. So yeah, we have some stuff like that. We also have some. So obviously, last week we did Cody's culinary quiz. I thought it went really well. I think we should do it again. I'm just going to go ahead and give you a spoiler. We will do it again at some point this year.
Probably the worst experience on the podcast I've ever had.
It was bad. I mean, it was bad in a funny and good way though. So I would like for that to be more of a thing, like more like we create the games, like we have Tanner's Improv Hell, now we have Cody's culinary quiz. Like maybe we see a Pat show or a Pat game show because we already have the Pat cast.
Well, I did want to mention we did have 5 episodes planned, each centered around a different lad. Starting with Tanner, we'll have Tanner Mania, where he talks 8 hours to retain his championship as best podcaster. We have Bolt, Colt Next Generations, which is Colt's son from the future comes back in time to prevent a future catastrophe.
Oh, fuck.
We have Wenzelverse, where Wenzel teams up with himself of alternate realities to take down an evil organization. We have Codox 11, where Cody gets the lad together for a daring casino heist.
Haha! Hell yeah!
Wow.
Then we have Expat, which is my show, is where I accidentally revoke my American citizenship and travel around the world looking for new places to live.
I like this.
Yep. So as we said earlier,
the podcast actually happen.
The podcast is not making any money, so we're going to have to steal from a casino. But no, I'd like to see more stuff like that. I think those are really fun episodes, and like we did it last year. I would say, I guess the first kind of game we played on the podcast was Newly Lads Game. I think I can go ahead and say that we're doing Newly Lads Game again this year.
Hopefully we can get everybody together.
Hopefully we get everybody together because I don't know if you know this, but Valentine's Day surprise is in February.
Yeah, I know. I was just thinking about that. I was like, fuck me, that's a lot to get together.
Hopefully we'll be able to get it together, be slightly different.
We'll have some bros being bros.
Yeah, menage a trois, if you will. So I'm very, very excited for that. But some more, obviously the taste tests are here to stay. We got taste tests for you all the time, all the fucking time we're eating on this podcast.
Hey, I'll taste myself right now.
Yeah, well,
doesn't taste like much.
6 out of 10.
Well, the Dockery brothers they
Oh, was the licking?
Yeah, something happened and the mic just went out.
Oh.
We do have to fix that at some point.
Well, we're only 90 episodes in. Give us time. We'll fix it.
Check. Well, the Dockery brothers came with the idea of doing the chapstick taste test.
Yeah.
Oh, no. I'm not eating chapstick on
I
this
still
fucking
have that
podcast.
chapstick. It tastes good.
I'm not eating chapstick on the
He
podcast.
fucking just munched.
Well,
on
Cody
it.
also thought of an equally as bad idea of a salad dressing taste test where we just eat fucking salad dressing.
I'm still down for that.
Which is literally written down in our fucking sheet,
it's
so.
better than eating chapstick.
You know, it is, but
Dude,
that's weird.
can we please do it for... It's March 15th. Oh, fuck. March 15th, is that a Monday?
Why March 15th?
It's Caesar Day. It's the...
Wait, no, March 15th is a Friday because that's spring break.
Non-canon ranch dressing.
Oh,
Hold on.
fuck. It is a Friday.
Looks like... Okay, well, we can bring it on the 18th. So, March 18th is the salad dressing taste test.
Well, unless that coincides with March Madness.
Don't give a fuck.
But
we'll tune in to find out which of the podcast members
Yeah.
gets betrayed.
yeah, or maybe we'll just do both. Maybe we'll be revealing anime openings while eating fucking salad dressing. Who knows?
Oh,
That's the
God.
kind of content you can expect.
That's what I want. I want it.
That's
so
literally
bad.
my dream podcast.
We just changed it. March Madness is salad dressing. The best salad dressings on the market, that'd be our March Madness. Get the bracket together.
No, Cody looks like he's like, okay, hold on.
I'm gonna cry.
I'm so fucking ready for
Cody's
this.
like, fuck yes, Hidden Valley, my ass now. But so those are just some of the like the Twitch is still going to be going. Winslow and I actually have a really cool idea for a Twitch show that hopefully we can at least do a episode of before the mid-year point at some point. I think it's a really cool idea. It's a cooking show. I don't want to say what kind of cooking show yet, but it is a cooking show that Winslow and I will be doing. So hopefully,
They'll try to cook dinner in a washing machine.
yeah, Pat gave away the whole no, but hopefully we can at least do an episode of that before, let's say the end of June, this year. 'Cause I think it's a really cool idea, and Winslow and I have actually been throwing ideas back and forth about it for a couple of months now. So, and then obviously the games will be on Twitch. A lot of new games coming out this year. I don't know if y'all know that. Hopefully we'll be able to play maybe some older games on stream this year, especially with Game of the Decade coming at the end of the year.
Oh yeah, little tease. Pokemon's supposed to come out this year.
Yeah.
Like Gen 8. And I was thinking maybe I could, I don't know, start with Leaf Green and play one game from every gen up to Gen 8.
Okay, well,
That works.
you can say that.
Except for, I don't know about 3DS yet. The 3DS games I might have to skip for some reason.
Okay.
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 I understand.
You know.
I know. Just shut up. It's fine. We're good.
Well, Colt's very gun shy around DS because he was bit by one as a child.
Yeah, a lot of people
3DS.
I'll be still playing Platinum and Pearl and all that. or just Platinum, but and Black and White.
Okay, hear me out.
I'm here. I'm listening.
March.
I'm listening, but I can't hear.
We should do that ranch dressing. Not ranch dressing, just salad dressing taste test. I think that's
On when?
somewhere in March.
Okay. We'll put it on the calendar next
We're
week.
doing it?
Fine. I don't care. This podcast has no morals.
Oh, fuck yes.
We could do
Well,
it.
can we get those little Dixie cups?
Okay, we'll see.
Those little Dixie baby cups.
I
you
know
use
what
to-
you're talking.
That you use the.
Oh my God.
And then we just take shots of
That's
Italian
making me
dressing.
queasy right now.
How many are there? How many sauces?
I don't know yet.
There's
I gotta,
so much. There's so many.
I
Different
took a
kinds
photo
of
of Walmart's dressing aisle the other day because I was excited over it.
I love how you just have you just have that, and B, that's not even like a bit you put it in the group chat. That's the first I'm hearing of this dressing
No,
picture.
I literally have it. Hold on, see, I got it right here.
State of the podcast. So this year the podcast is solely focused on salad dressings.
See,
Holy shit!
Most of it looks like ranch.
There is a lot of
There's
ranch.
some ranches. Let's see, we got some honey mustard, some Thousand Island, some
which honey mustard technically
chunky
is a
blue
salad
cheese, sweet Vidalia onion,
Onion.
Onion.
some Greek. I haven't had Greek outside dressing. Some balsamic vinegar. Yeah, we're gonna fucking party. With
We're
some
gonna
stuff.
spend $100 on salad dressing. Get ready.
Don't fuck with me.
I'm just imagining Cody walking in with 2 armfuls.
But should we just do ranch?
No.
No, because I mean, nah.
Ranch is
Well,
boring.
We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it.
We gotta have everything.
We can't have a 15-minute discussion about salad dressing.
I think we should.
right now. So we have that coming, and we have some other taste tests. We actually have, I would say, we're working on our 2 biggest taste tests ever this year.
I don't
at
even know them.
Different points.
Oh god, that's such a
those,
Bitch.
which I'm not.
God, that's amazing.
Should I mention what they are?
No.
But I don't want to say how we're doing it.
No, they're very complicated.
I don't even know what the taste test
It's
is.
the most complicated fucking thing.
Cool.
We got,
Yeah.
they're very big.
The most ambitious taste test to date.
It really is. I would say each one will have at least 20 items, probably.
We may end
That's a
up.
fucking lie.
We're gonna have a good bit of.
Yeah.
But we're gonna have a good bit over the course. It's gonna take us the entire year.
Yeah, it's going to take us the entire
Like
year.
expect these
but-
in maybe December.
Yeah,
just
December,
like the
or
website.
or they may actually bleed into next year. But we are actively working on it. They will be our 2 biggest taste tests ever by far.
Promises probably gonna be broken.
Well, no,
Because Cody already broke one of promise. Because way back when we started, Cody said barbecue taste test next year, and wow, that went by.
we can still do a barbecue taste test.
Yeah,
Theoretically.
technically.
We'll see.
We'll think about it.
Listen, a lot of stuff. Food costs money. A lot of stuff. But I will say I am very thankful for everybody that has listened. Obviously, we've gotten some new listeners over the course of our last year.
Minasato arigato.
Yeah, kawaii. God, dude, and TikTok has poisoned my brain. So I want to say thank you to everybody sincerely for listening to the podcast. If you've ever listened to the podcast, retweeted the podcast, followed the podcast, all that stuff, we truly do appreciate it. Tell your friends about us. This isn't me rolling into the plugs. This is just me thinking, and then I get to thank you again when I roll into plugs. But tell somebody about us. Be like, hey, there's this really funny podcast to listen to, or hey, there's this fucking stupid podcast to listen to, and you won't believe that this kid ate fucking chapstick on it.
Yes, well, hate share it, please.
Yeah, hate share. But yeah, but thank you. I would love to see another increase in our numbers this year. That would be a goal of mine, I guess. And yeah, we're going to keep continuing to bring you this. 2019 is looking like, while we don't have like a big trip necessarily planned, well, I'm kind of lying because we do have a trip planned, but we don't have like a big, like we don't have a food trip-esque trip, and we're not going to SEI or anything like that, but we do have some really fun episodes.
We have some adventures planned, so
yeah,
stay tuned.
Yeah, some adventures plans. Thank you, Patrick. I forgot words. Some adventures plans. Again, this year will by far have the most guests we've ever had on the podcast than any previous year, or than 2018 or 2017 probably combined. And just Cody just pulled up an article, showed us nothing, and then locked his phone.
I just figured out something, so let's continue going.
But yeah, so we a lot of fun stuff coming up for you this year. Again, it's going to be a very busy year, so if there maybe is a week where the podcast comes out and it's like 25 minutes, kind of bear with us, because that's the podcast we have to put out that week, so we can get ready, because we don't want to miss a week. We never want to skip a week. We don't want to be like, hey guys, sorry, there's just no podcast on Monday, and you know, that would really suck.
All content's going to be good. But the thing
Yeah.
is that we say that we're going to put out like a 25-minute podcast. Sometimes we do, but for the most
Yeah,
part, they end up running like 45 minutes.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, like, if somebody one week is like, oh damn, the podcast is only 20 minutes this week, like that.
If
Hey.
it ends up being a 20-minute podcast,
Yeah.
please listen to it.
Yeah.
But just
Just listen to it.
understand that like some ideas that we have, whenever we start them, they end up being like, oh, okay, how are we going to force this for 45 minutes?
Yeah, it's kind of
And
like
we'd
that.
much rather end it at 25 and have good content than
go an hour,
stretch
or
it for
45 or an
and
hour,
not
and be like,
it.
ugh.
But most of the time, we start out with we think, oh, this is going to go 20 minutes, like this podcast in particular, and now we're at 35 minutes.
Yeah,
So,
so you know, it just depends. But again, we have the suggestion. We should probably put the suggestion box in.
It's probably down there, way down on the tweets. We need to read.
Yeah, we'll put the suggestion box like in the bio.
we
or
need suggestions.
in the description for this podcast.
Yeah.
Or you can just tweet us.
We're probably going to put it
We're
in.
running out of ideas.
No, we're
The
not.
wells are running dry.
We're
I
really
wish
not.
that was true.
I
We
wish
have
that was
so many
true.
fucking stupid ideas that we want to produce for y'all.
He literally.
Docs and sheets on notebooks full of just ideas. Like, that's not a bit. Like, I would say genuinely over 100 episode ideas that we haven't even touched
We
on
haven't even
yet.
touched it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So bear with us. We're probably here for a little bit.
All right.
And there was one more thing. Oh, and I know we did one last year. We may put together one this year. I don't want to put any words in anybody's mouth, but we may do another. It will come out probably towards the end of January. Another year-end survey where we kind of get y'all's feedback, see what y'all's favorite episodes of the last year of 2018 were. maybe y'all's favorite months, or if you just started listening in 2018, what made you start listening, besides Tanner just constantly plugging on his timeline and stuff like that. So we would love to get some feedback there as well and see where we improved upon from 2017, or maybe what we didn't change from 2017 and 2018, or maybe something we can change in 2019 from 2018. So that would probably be coming in a few weeks. But I think if nobody else has anything else to say, I think I'm about to wrap it up like a little present.
Got anything, Pat?
The other thing I just want to mention is just to kind of reiterate that one of my big goals for this year going forward is just to have like a good display of just all the people we come in contact with, just how varied, the people, how varied their interests are, and just how much it all kind of overlaps and interacts with all of us, and that's for me is my personal goal, just to really not only just give everyone out there listening like interesting content, but just to really put the people in the spotlight that we know that are creators that are out there doing different things, and just elevate them, because we're not the only ones out here, far from it, they're making things, they're with effort and skill. We want to highlight them and, put them on a platform where they can succeed and, further their interests and their, the things they make. Yeah,
for sure. And I always love guest hosting on other podcasts. Like, you'll occasionally hear me on another wrestling podcast, or I say a wrestling podcast, or I do a podcast a week with Garrett Kidney sometimes. Garrett's great, and stuff like that. So maybe we'll be popping around in other people's podcasts this year, more besides me, because I know we've kind of talked about that in groups. So maybe we'll start seeing some other of us in other podcasts in 2019. So that'd be really cool, because we are, at the end of the day, we're, again, I've said this 100 times, this isn't a job or anything. We genuinely do this because we really enjoy doing it. It is a lot of fun for us. It's a hobby. Yeah, it's a hobby. It's really fun, hobby. Creative outlet. And the fact that people listen to it kind of blows my mind. And the fact that it actually just hasn't stagnated after week 2, it also blows my mind. But yeah, so thank you everybody for listening to the State of the Podcast address.
Colt, you got anything?
I'm sucking my lips.
All right, he's done.
Yeah, that's Colt's classic sign of
wrap it up, boys.
Wrap it up.
I'm sucking the
lips. It's time to leave. Thank you everybody for listening to this week's episode of the podcast. As always, give us a little heart on SoundCloud. Leave us a review on iTunes. Leave us a star rating on iTunes. If you think we're good, give us 5 stars. If you think we suck, don't give us 1 star. That would make me cry. But give us 5 stars. Maybe 5 stars worth of suck. I don't know.
Tell 5 stars, ironically.
Yeah, be like, oh, ha, ha, ha. I'm going to help them in the algorithm. 5 stars. Huh?
Tell your friends.
Yeah, tell your friends.
If you're like, hey, I was driving to work the other day, listening to these nerds talk about sucking their lips. They
did a whole podcast.
You should listen to it.
Yeah.
It's not that bad.
Yeah.
You know?
But, and just in general, just thank you. As always, just search All You Can Hear on any of we're on Spotify, we're on SoundCloud, we're on Google Podcasts, we're on Overcast, we're on, did I say iTunes? iTunes, and all that stuff. Just search All You Can Hear and give us a listen. But if you're listening to this, you know that already. So
silly Billy.
Yeah, excuse me. Follow us on Twitter at AYCH Podcast, where you can find the podcast there. You'll know every time we go live on Twitch there. And just some general goofy stuff over there. You can follow us on Instagram, AYCH Podcast. We have a picture, usually coordinating with the episode that week, goes up on our Instagram every Monday night, which is good. And then we just have some fun stuff occasionally, like on our stories or just another post, stuff like that. You can follow us on twitch.tv/AllYouCanHear, and I believe Colt's streaming this week. If you're listening to this on Monday, maybe. Yes. Yeah, Colt told me. So, Colt's streaming this week. I don't know what day yet, but again, follow us on Twitter. You'll know when we go live. And you can follow Tanner on Twitter at Tanner1495.
My name's Cody. That's why my name's Jeff Joke. How y'all like it? I don't know. No response. Okay. All right. My name's Cody. You can follow me at CODDOC11, CODDOC11 on Twitter and Instagram. Go, Pat.
This is Patrick. Thank you so much for listening. We appreciate all the effort and time you spent listening to us and just helping us slowly.
All the effort. That you have exerted listening to this.
It takes a little effort sometimes. We know. because there's just so much content that you have to recruit from us. So thank you for your time. Thank you for listening. Thank you for helping us build us to where we are now and where we'll be going in the future. That all means a lot to us. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at John Lost His Name. You can follow my art on Facebook at John Lost His Name Art.
Follow that plug, Colt.
All right. My name is Colt. You can follow me on Twitter at ColtD00. Thank you. Like everybody else said. Arigato, minasaito, kakakawaii.
All right, we're stopping.
No. You'll hear all this shit again in 2-year anniversary. I'm going to go ahead and say thank you right here for them.
Wow. That's so brave of you, Colt.
And then I'll give you an extra one when we actually get there.
Oh, God.
Colt,
Did you
all the
plug your
gratitude
name
we're
yet?
giving you right now?
Did you plug your name yet?
Yeah, Colt, plug the name Colt. We want to see more babies named Colt in 2019 than any year in recorded history.
It's going to be like Bella from like 2008.
Yeah. We want Colt to be the next Edward Cullen.
All Twilight movies are on Hulu.
Oh, what?
And Amazon Prime.
Wow. Looks like I know what I'm doing my week.
They're the most popular right now.
Bye.